please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a marvellous day today. Today we're going to be taking a look at a number of clips shared to the Twitters concerning Quirkyloverosee. Now I know she doesn't do particularly well on this channel, but sadly I have to be elsewhere and this is probably the easiest video I could make to keep the channel active in the build up to Moistmas. On that note, before we go anywhere of course, I'll be streaming here later tonight. Hope to see you there. Future Becky Al Rafay, 500 Kids and No Money, Stuff K Said, all have tweeted out videos of Rosie in various stages of existence. Now, Rosie to me is somebody that doesn't just phone in her life, she phones in her health, her very existence. My curiosity with her is how can she be so active, yet simultaneously so undoubtedly boring by doing nothing at the same time. She does more in her streams than any of the other lolcows, yet she does nothing as well. Her most controversial takes usually come from her thinking herself above everyone, which is why she's so similar to Amber, hence the title of Amberlynn Reid 2.0. And since at time of recording Amber has left YouTube, which I doubt will be for long, Quirky has to fill that spot for the respective community to persist. If Chantal goes as well, they're going to be in disarray. But Chantal can't, she has to be on the internet. She has nothing else. She can't go to Syria and work there, although I still do believe she'll go anyway. The first video tweeted out by Future Becky Al Rafay, Rosie will do anything to avoid being mobile. I don't know what STG stands for, so do let me know in the comments. I know what MTG stands for, Magic the Gathering. STG, is it Sadness the Gathering? I won't lie, I don't particularly understand this format of beezing, as Chantal would call it. I don't understand this format of just being in the kitchen all the time. I don't understand how this, as a live streamer, is what generates her the bulk of her income. I know she's been hit with a number of issues of late when it comes to YouTube, and many of them have, for promoting very dangerous ideals and the letter before it in the alphabet. Yeah. We can all thank an individual called, I believe, Georgina for starting that ball rolling, as it is often speculated that the reason many of these channels are being clamped down on, and the reactors will be soon as well, is because they're seen as promoting those issues on the extreme ends of the aisle. The second tweet, from 500 Kids and No Money. I wonder how many people, #Quirkyloverosee, has gotten fired at this point. Like, ... Is there enough of them that they can form a whole company called Rosie Can't Fire Us? Genuine question. Included is a 2-minute 20-second clip, so the bulk of this video is going to be that.
Are you talking about the time that this guy openly mocked me to the entire staff?
I have rarely encountered in my lifetime an individual working for any company openly mocking anyone else in a store or a branch ever. I do know though with Rosie's stories, she is a bit of a Karen. And when I say a bit of a Karen, she is quite the Karen. She will get you fired if you go for her. I'm surprised she doesn't have a bigger reporting history on YouTube, because with the people who do commentate on her, I'm impressed she hasn't gone for them as well, because Rosie's gonna Rosie. You're a year younger than Amber, and you're closer to the ground because you can't stand up long enough. You're going to be mocked. Either it makes your back stronger, or going to the gym will.
And he got fired because of his own actions? Because you sound really stupid in your comment and I don't understand it.
You'll notice with these raging narcissists, hogs, another word you can use to describe them if you wish, they have the inability, a professional level of inability, to introspect that when something keeps happening, chances are they are the problem. You're the type, Rosie, you're the type to go to a comedy show, be called out by the comedian who will pick on you, to then try and get them banned from every venue they ever play at again, because you're Rosie and it's in your nature, and then you'll make yourself centre of attention, like Amber and her cameos.
Because yeah, he deserved to get fired. He treated me like a side circus show when I was just sitting in my car. But y'all, you want to grandstand and act like you're morally superior to me, go the ahead if it makes you feel better about yourself.
Mercifully, Rosie, the majority of us, like you, are but lowly plebeians. Some of you are oiks. Some of you are even worse than that, you're muggles. And some, right at the bottom, just above the criminals, because that's a whole different tier, are the farm animals. They're the people that eat with their hands, out of paper plates, because they can't be asked to wash up. Like this. I kinda wanted to play a farm song, but I don't have a banjo. I reckon though if I got one, left-handed, I could play it.
You just sound really stupid. I'm not in the mood.
Recently we covered an occasion where, instead of crashing out, Rosie quit her livestream. And that's because she doesn't want you, the audience, to see the real her. The real her is entitled, vicious, volatile. She wants to present herself as quirky, right? The character quirky, that is. Or characteristic, anyway. Really, there is nothing quirky about somebody being sat in a desperate-for-death chair while they scoot themselves around a kitchen to make food during a live stream, where they go on to eat with their hands while wearing rubber gloves, as if what they were eating was somehow corrosive, or likely they just didn't want to wash their hands afterwards. You are fast becoming 2.0 Amberlynn Reid. All you need are the crash-outs from relationships exposing you.
You're not gonna get nice, Rosie, if you act like a bitch. You act like a bitch, I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm gonna be so dead ass.
I'm going to be that guy and say that if you have to act like that towards your audience on the internet, you don't deserve your audience. There are many right now who are going through a downward turn but still retaining a considerable audience because they have been horrible or lied. On the internet, if you want to act like an internet tough guy, typically you're found out to be another tonkasaur, aka a creator who's all mouth no trousers. That problem will persist throughout your life. And on the internet, when you do this, especially when you're a lolcow, they're going to do it more because they know it gets under your skin. Hell, I'd do it if I knew it got under your skin enough, because it's funny. And you crashing out will be an inevitable, or inevitability even, for as long as you think yourself superior when you can't even claim to hold the high ground physically.
I'm matching energy today. That's all I've got in me. If your energy is ranked, you're gonna get ranked back. That's where I'm at tonight. Okay.
If you have to match your energy with your chat, or offer to, that tells everyone really what it is your sugar level is not high enough, or you haven't taken suitable medications that you require to keep your sugar level balanced. No offense intended on this one, but it's never the audience's fault that you can't be better. And I still don't like the fact that you put in such little effort and get such big views on your channel. It aggravates me to no end. I guess you can call it jealousy if you like.
Alright, so we did that. It's light and fluffy. Alright, so now I gotta do the extra step. I gotta transfer all this. Oh, hell yeah. They said something about AI being used in drive-thrus, which I think is awful. Side note. And then translated that into me being gleeful about getting a Taco Bell employee fired.
I mean, if a Freudian slip happens, a Freudian slip happens. I could believe for a moment that you'd be okay with it. Mostly because I've seen enough clips of you shared on Twitter being gleeful about getting people fired. Hell, one of the first times I ever covered you wasn't just the ALR stuff, it was shortly after when you were talking about how you were treated with a work-from-home job. Like, the amount of cope and deflection from you, and you trying to rationalize it, is hilarious because you do laugh about it. Someone treated you like crap. Okay, I don't agree that they treated you like crap, allegedly, but really, without seeing all the information, it's just you being gleeful someone got fired for what you claim was equivalent to hate speech.
I've told that story in detail before, where I went to go get food for me and my boyfriend at the time, and I was dehumanized and treated horrifically.
Without evidence, we have nothing to go on. If you want to prove it in some way, all you're doing is sharing anecdotal evidence with the internet. To us, it means nothing. This is like Amber telling us she saves up her money to pay her taxes. Yet Google AdSense take the 30% if you're in America from you. The only tax you ever had to save up for was state tax. and other things from purchases if that's not included in the purchase. It's all anecdotal and stupid until you prove it. Otherwise, you're just trying to morally grandstand with a story.
And before calling corporate, I called and spoke to the manager who I kind of had like... I worked second shift, so I saw that manager a lot. And that night they had like a younger manager and this whole different crew there. And he brought up each individual employee and like treated me horrifically. So he got fired for what he did, and he deserved it, and I'd do it again.
Oh, would you look at that? You're a Karen because you didn't get your own way. You didn't get the result you desired, so you escalated it, showing you don't care for authority. That's interesting. Oh, but treated horrifically. Okay. You're super morbidly obese working in fast food. You work in fast food anyway. What is your problem? Did you think you were going to suddenly work your way up the ladder? Because I don't think it could support you. The story sounds like a load of bollocks to me, and so we're going to move on to the next clip, shared by Stuff K said. Another day, another kitchen casualty.
I should have waited a little longer. Oh, thank you. That's a really good point. Yeah. I got a little bit of that rag on that burner. Good thing I have Goog on. Because that rag bit looks a little gooey.
It's tragic to me that people like Amber and Chantel can't be asked to do something as simple as cooking on their streams now to make their streams more interesting. Mostly because Amber can't cook and thinks the best flavours come from eating an amalgamation of student-style ingredients, as in anything in the cupboard thrown into a pan, when lightly warmed count as being cooked. That's like having your toast in a toaster and not plugging it in. That's Amber's preferred style of cooking. In Chantel's case, she's now paranoid if she does cook, she'll get outed for being a fake again, because a lot of the food she really likes have pork in it. Not that she's made it a concerted point to stick to halal anyway. How many pogos did she eat in one sitting again? Quirky not paying attention to what's next to her is amusing because if that had caught fire, she would have panicked and would not have moved very far. Because she can't. She would have prioritised the mixture in the pan that she was stirring, quite heavily I might add. You know whisks are meant to go round, right? The final clip I have, I said 5 originally, but the 5th one I played earlier when she was eating with her hands, comes from a tweet from, again, 500 Kids and No Money. Here is a clip about Rosie 2.0 Amber, talking about Amber getting demonetized and like a true lolcow, making it about herself. If this is anything like Amber's cameos, I'm sure we're in for a 14-second treat.
But yeah, that whole situation sucks for her. And, I hate that happened on my birthday, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel the same way about people that upload content on YouTube on my birthday, January 15th for those who don't know. I feel the same way when people post content on any of my sister's birthdays, my nieces, my nephews, my father's, my friend David's as well. I feel the same way when people are arrested on my birthday for any crime, because it takes away from my day, or to some birthday month, but since I'm so near to Christmas, you're lucky in January if you get one day. Like a true narcissist, you have a tendency and a talent to make something about yourself for all the wrong reasons. You should be worried that this could happen to you, because you only really have YouTube. And this is a big avenue for you. Amber is rage quitting right now because she doesn't want anyone to get views on her content, which is why she removed it. If she does come back and not re-upload it all or make it public, there is a risk that she won't have rewatchability on her site. But knowing Amber, because she's uncancelable, let's face it, she'll be fine. You making her demonetization about yourself is one of the funniest things you could have done. It's right up there with trying to look and act tough. Now, as we reach the end of the subject, I'd love to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Drive up the engagement. It really helps the channel. Views do too, but, well, the likes are probably preferable. I'm streaming on Twitch some Euro Truck. It's the last one, I think, before the Moistmas event of next week. It's going to be great. Got lots of videos planned for the month. Vlogmas might not happen, but we'll see. If I don't see you on Twitch, Rumble, Kick, or here later, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening.